Hello everyone, welcome back to the Red Pills of Borneo. Last time we arrived here, there's all this stuff going on around the study, with Jeremiah's body being found, and a few people went off in different directions, but they've all kind of come back together. Not all of them, but a few of them have come back together at the study, and this is Loon discovering that her father has died. Cannon is already in the study, pacing nervously. Loon, Goodwill, and Lucas Sterling walk into the room. Loon Goodwill stops dead in her tracks, not quite as dead as Jeremiah, staring at the body on the floor. Father? She rushes to Jeremiah Goodwill. She shakes him, but he's cold. Papa, wake up, you're frightening me. Loon Goodwill screams. She tries to lift him, but he's dead weight. Checking for a pulse, then shaking his head. He's gone, Loon. I'm sorry. Loon Goodwill collapses into Lucas Sterling's arms, sobbing uncontrollably. He holds her tight, glaring at the other man in the room. It was a misadventure, an overdose. The pipe finally claimed him. He took too much Chandu. Hold on, So, Jiro and Kanan have have made it look like a drug overdose, but why? Do they think it was somebody else that did it? It has to look like an accident. It's better this way. We can say it was an overdose. Bonfire knows about the affair. He'll hang me. Yeah, I don't understand. Okay, like, if it is a love affair, then that would be an affair with Vitalina? But what's that got to do with the framing the overdose? I don't understand that yet, but maybe it'll make more sense later. Okay. He took too much Chandu. Yeah. Overdose? Look at his eyes. Opium doesn't cause that, poison does. Raising his rifle, aiming at him. You did this. You were the only bleeding soul in this room. No, I vow on my life. I found him in this state. Well, it's kind of funny to say I vow on my life when it's your life that, like, if you aren't telling the truth, you'll die anyway. Wait, hold on. No, I guess it's funny because, like, well, yeah, you are vowing on your life. Because if you're not telling the truth, you'll get shot. But that's what I vow on my life means. As in, it means I swear this is true. If not, I will die. It's like if I were not telling the truth, I'd die. And yeah, you will maybe. I found them in the States. Rose Goodwill, Vitalina Petrovsky, and Cynthia Seville rush into the room. This is almost a silly thing to say in this situation. Actually, also, I would say the same about that. It was not somebody saying it, but the whole stops dead in her tracks when there's somebody else dead in the room. Hold your hand, don't shoot him. It was not his doing. It was me. Okay, so Vitalina's admitting it. The room falls silent. Loon Goodwill looks up from Lucas Sterling's chest, her eyes red and confused. You? Rose Goodwill is in shock. She is just staring at Jeremiah Goodwill's lifeless body, tears streaming down her soot-covered face, her gown ripped, torn, and full of mud from her fall outside. My love, it was an accident. I gave him the tuju. I thought it was a cure. Oh yeah, because they were here, then went away and have come back. I gave him the tuju. I thought it was a cure. Then Goodwill's expression shifts from grief to cold fury. In a flash, she snatches the rifle from Lucas Sterling's hands. Loon, no. Loon Goodwill fires. The shot rings out very loudly in the small room. Vitalina Petrovsky shrieks, clutching her hand. Blood drips onto the rug. Okay, this explains the hand. That is quite enough. Cynthia Seville strides forward, slapping Loon Goodwill hard before wrestling the weapon from her grasp. Unless resting is a word? Maybe resting is a word. Let's have a look. Resting. Like, you can arrest something. As in, you can arrest a person, but you could arrest an item. Resting. It is a word to get something with effort or difficulty. I guess. To wrest control of the company is the example. Like, okay, cool. Now attend to me, the lot of you. Jeremiah is gone and no amount of hysteria will fetch him back. Hysteria. But the Japanese are on the beach and heading this way fast. If we stay here arguing, we join him. Oh, sorry, I think I missed something. Yeah, I missed a bunch of stuff. Yes. Sit down and hold your tongue, girl. We are subjects of the crown, not savages. Canon, see to that woman's hand before she bleeds out on the floorboards. Yep. Lowering his rifle, Lucas, lowering his rifle, eyeing Cynthia Seville suspiciously. You're barking orders like a regimental sergeant major, Miss Seville. Just who the devil are you? MI5, I've been tracking the triad operation through the Straits. Jeremiah's pearl fiasco is attracting their attention. Have I not read this already? No, I only read bits of this. Yeah, okay, yep, that makes sense. Cynthia Seville and Babylon and Tao, who provided the Tuju, one of their agents most likely. Luke Sterling offers his hand to Cynthia Seville for a shake. SIS. Secret Intelligence Service was the United Kingdom's first intelligence agency. It was founded in 1909 and was responsible for gathering intelligence on foreign powers, particularly Germany and the Soviet Union, and monitoring the fifth column. It was later renamed MI6. Monitoring the fifth column. Fifth column was the name given to the Axis powers' espionage and sabotage activities in the Allied countries during World War II. It was a term coined by Winston Churchill to describe the Axis powers' efforts to undermine the morale and effectiveness of the Allied forces. And gathering human intelligence on foreign powers, specifically sent here to monitor Japan activities. Well then, Mr. Sterling, it seems we're on the same side. We need to get these people to safety. Agree that it's not that simple. They are coming in from the sea, but I've spotted the pirates stumbling back this way through the mangroves. They've torched the railway. We have another location. Wait, where's the railway on the map? Oh yeah, over there. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, wait, where were we? We were in the study. Now let's scroll down again. They've torched the railway. Edward and Dita are with them. My Lubimi? Oh, merciful heaven, please tell me he is intact. He seemed fine from what I could see. The man can fend for himself, Vitalina. Acia helped them, I realize it now. I was in a haze when I saw her dealing with their captain, but it's all falling into place now. And I saw her dealing with their captain. Right. So you saw that earlier, I guess, when they were at the jungle entrance, maybe? I say we try and get to the boathouse and reach my launch. It's a grisly sight, but probably our only way out at this stage. We can get to the boathouse undetected by taking the secret companionway to the chapel. There's that. Just underground, I guess. Okay. We've got a secret passage. So hold on. So Edward and Dita are with them. What was Edward doing last? I don't remember anymore. You. Library with Jiro Tanaka. We went for a drink. Well, do we think that might be Dita then? Possibly? But otherwise we don't know what's going on with you unless somebody else saw you, but I can't remember. Back to here. Lots of stuff happening in the study. It begins behind the paneling in the clubhouse, but we need the key from the library. Okay. There's a whole little contraption thing going on here. Secret companionway to the chapel. The chapel's nowhere near it, is it? Well, the chapel's there. I guess it's not too far away. But neither is the study. They're kind of the same distance. Now we have to scroll down. It'd be nice if it remembered the previous scroll location. At least, like, if I return quickly without going to another place in between. Or, well, no, even if I do. I guess maybe on a timer or something it could reset. It begins behind the paneling in the clubhouse, but we'll need the key from the library. Okay. Canon Cynthia, you escort the ladies to the clubhouse. Rose Goodwill, take a rifle and come with me. We'll secure... It's funny how sometimes the names are reduced to just a single name, and sometimes they're not. Rose Goodwill, take a rifle and come with me. We'll secure the key, as you know the hiding place. I'm joining the party. You vowed to protect me. Very well, but no more sharpshooting our friends, do you hear? I'm dreadfully sorry, Vita. I simply cannot grasp that Papa is gone. I'm dreadfully sorry, person who killed my dad. I mean, it does feel like you've come around on that very quickly. Like, sure, it was an accident. She did kill your dad. She poisoned him. She literally poisoned him out of stupidity. Yeah, this feels like a bit of a stretch that she's like suddenly like, oh, I'm so sorry, Vita. Simply cannot grasp that Papa is gone. And it's like, it's not like it's caused by the oncoming. I mean, I think it is. I think the shaman is like intentionally given poison because the shaman is working with the triads. But like, Vitalita's actions were like just stupidity. Like, yeah, I'm going to give you this thing because the shaman told me it was going to be fine. It was going to cure him. It's like, Vitalita definitely should be taking responsibility, like more responsibility for this. I simply cannot grasp that Papa is gone. Shots can be heard coming from outside. Everyone steps to the window. Some of the parties outside have torches, but it's difficult to see anything in the dark. And with the soot still raining down, it's pure chaos. And Mother? Where is Mother? I feel like this has to not go all the way to there. I think there's going to be like, well, I don't know. I guess they're going to be doing something during this time, unless they all die. Okay, and Mother, where is Mother? One hopes Jiro has her under his wing. We can only pray they see the writing on the wall and find their way out. No, we can't just hope. It's my mother. I'm not losing her too. Very well, little mem. A change of plan. I shall strike out and fetch your mother and Jiro. The rest of you carry on as arranged. Then it's decided I'm coming with you, Kenan. Okay, so you wanted to go with Lucas, but instead you're going for your mum. Sorry, Lucas. We have to part ways right now. This is my mother. It cannot be helped. Lucas Sterling shakes her hand. This is too much conversation for what's going on. You need to get going. Lucas Sterling, see you on the other side, young lady. Cynthia Seville pulls out the biohazard sample from her pocket. Typo. Cynthia Seville, one last thing. Mr. SIS, I take it this is yours. Indeed, this is a sample of the green mist, a chemical agent the Japanese have been perfecting in the Sulu Sea. A lot of good men died getting the sample. I'm glad it wasn't lost yet. Cynthia Seville hands over the biohazard sample to Lucas Sterling. Lucas Sterling distributes the rifles and the ammo. They all disperse. Good luck, everyone. Okay, there's a lot to follow from there. There is a lot to follow. How are we doing in terms of the eye for various times? When was 8 o'clock was dinner, right? Yeah, okay. I don't know if we can figure out these yet or not. And wait, at 9 o'clock I've done none of them? Oh, because that's the dinner scene where there's an extra person there, so I can't even do it. Unless they don't count. Because we have had situations where somebody's in a scene and they don't count, I guess. Do I just do everyone again? Here, but I guess Kenan's now here, so it's like everyone except Asia. No, okay. Okay. I must need that other person then, I guess. So, from here, there are a few things. I should have taken notes as I went. Where was the bit where I think Kenan said he saw Asia. Where? With whom? So Kenan, Cynthia, you escort the ladies to the clubhouse. Okay, so you say that, but then that's not actually what happens. Okay. So, so who actually went here? I think it was Rose and, I think it's just Rose and, what was the name? Lucas? Rose, because we'll take her off and come with me. Loon wanted to go, but no, so it's just Rose and Lucas. So then the other ladies, because Loon's going to go to find the mother, so Cynthia, which is you, Vitalina. It's just those two. Okay. Cynthia and Vitalina actually go to the clubhouse. To library. And then finally Canan and what's your name? Loon to wherever Teresa is. Okay. Alright, so this is the escape. The escape begins. So, some of those were known, basically. So, library, Rose, and Lucas. That'll be the next hour. Library. Okay, they're all selected. Rose and Lucas. Lucas, Sterling, and Rose. Oh gosh, my instincts tell me I've uncovered everything there is to see in this location. The remaining hours holding secrets. Okay, the library is done. Okay, yeah, this is gonna like start clearing up very suddenly, isn't it? I wonder if they're all just like in one location for like a lot of this, or they're just nowhere. I don't know. Yeah, it's possible they all die. Lucas, Sterling, and Rose Goodwill scramble up the stairs, bullets chipping the plaster around them. Okay, Japanese soldiers swarm in the downstairs corridor. Into the library, move. They dive into the library, and Lucas Sterling slams the heavy oak door, throwing the deadbolt just as a heavy impact shudders the frame. Bullets start splintering the wood. That won't hold them for long. We need that key. They've also got to get to the clubhouse after this. Rummaging frantically in the hollowed-out book, the key is not there. Someone's taken it already. The room is suddenly illuminated by a bright light from outside. They rush to the window and see the clubhouse erupting in a pillar of fire. Oh gosh. The clubhouse is gone. The secret passage is useless now. This is going to be like really tragic. It might be. Reloading his rifle. What do we do now? We're trapped. If we climb out of the library window, we can get to the roof. There's a safety ladder that leads down to the observation deck. There is, but the observation deck's like all the way over here. It's like a separate thing entirely. And then what? Jump? It's suicide. Laughing. I always contemplated jumping from there as a good way to go, but no, the tides are up. It's deep enough. It should be perfectly safe at this hour. Well, safer than staying here anyway. So they're going to jump in the water, I guess. Right, fine, let's do it. Lucas Sterling smashes the window pane with his rifle butt. Wait, so do I just like follow this along? Is that an entire hour passed in this world? Rose and Lucas. Yep, that's an entire hour passed. Okay, that's everything on the roof. That's pretty weird to have like a location with just like one thing in it. It's like introduced and then immediately it's gone. Lucas Sterling climbs out first, finding a precarious purchase on the soot-slicked tiles. He reaches back to help Rose Goodwill. Rose Goodwill struggles with her voluminous. I'm trying to think, isn't there another word that means basically like voluminous? No. Whatever. I think it's voluminous like that. Silk gown, the wind whipping the fabric around her legs. She slips, a towel clattering into the darkness below. Grabbing her wrists, I've got you, careful now. Bloody dress, I should have worn trousers. They pull themselves up to the roof, gasping for air. Look, the sun is on its way, the darkness is lifting. In the light of the incoming dawn, the horror of the night is laid bare. Smoke columns rise like black pillars from the estate. Below them, near the burning clubhouse, small figures are engaged in a desperate melee? I think that's another one of those words where people do pronounce it differently. Let's see. Also, in American, it's melee, I think. And then in the UK, it's melee. Okay. I think some people do say melee. Don't they? Or is that just something... Maybe I've heard people mispronouncing it? I don't know. Lucas Sterling uses binoculars to have a closer look. Lucas Sterling spots Edward Bonfire, recognizable by his sheer size, fighting over a group of Japanese soldiers with savage intensity. Okay. Right, yeah, you've still got the binoculars on you. This kind of feels like the whole story is just gonna kind of reveal itself here, maybe. But there's probably gonna be gaps that I need to fill in. Is that Bone? He's fighting them off with his bare hands. And who's that running towards the chapel? Is that Miss Seville? It is. She made it. Okay, so we know she's gone to the chapel. We need to keep moving. The ladder to the observation deck is this way. Okay, so then we can just keep following you, right? Like this. Observation deck. This is 3 hours worth of story. The observation deck's done. Dawn is breaking, painting the sky in blood-red hues. The black soot is starting to disperse. Lucas Sterling and Rose Goodwill stand at the edge of the observation deck, looking down at the devastation. The clubhouse fire has spread, consuming the gardens around it. To the south, the railway fire has reached the dry tobacco fields, turning the horizon into a wall of flame. In the jungle, the pirates are retreating, their shadows flitting away from the advancing Japanese lines. The soldiers have secured the beach and are swarming the plantation. Look, down there. At the boathouse, Lynn Goodwill and Teresa McIntyre are struggling with the raft's mooring rope. A squad of Japanese soldiers is closing in on them. They're trapped. They can't get the knot undone. Oh dear, you shouldn't have tied it so tightly. Lucas Sterling raises his rifle and fires. Rose Goodwill joins him. They pick off the lead soldiers, but the range is too great and they're running low on ammunition. Damn it, I'm out. Me too. They're still coming. I have to go down there. Lucas Sterling climbs onto the railing. Lucas, don't. You'll be shot the moment you surface. I have to try. He dives into the churning sea below, watching him disappear into the water. Oh, to hell with it. Rose Goodwill hikes up her gown and climbs onto the railing. Geronimo! Jumps after him, plummeting into the waves. I'm not sure you'd say that in this kind of situation. You'd be like, Geronimo! Like you're having a whale of a time. Do I assume then that they actually appear at the boathouse next? Because we don't have the sea as an option. But I guess from these we can figure out. So they're at the boathouse. Moon and Teresa. So okay, so Canan is not there. Okay. Worth noting. The timing makes no sense. They were in the library. They couldn't find the key. They climbed out onto the roof. They went down a ladder to the observation deck and jumped in the sea, and that took 3 hours. Okay. So we could do that one now, I guess. Boathouse at this time, I assume. Oh gosh, there's a lot of locations. You and... was it you two? I think it was you two, right? Yes. Lynn Goodwill and Teresa McIntyre stumble into the boathouse, slamming the door against the chaos outside. Lynn Goodwill rushes to the raft, her fingers fumbling with the mooring knot. Come on, blast you. Turns back to her mother. Mother, help me with this, it's stuck. Teresa McIntyre is leaning heavily against the stack of crates, her face ashen. Mother? Teresa McIntyre's hands are pressed against her side, blood seeping through her fingers, staining her. She's been shot? You're hurt. Why don't you say anything? Teresa McIntyre, smiling weakly. We had to keep moving, little Moon. There was no time to stop. Moon, Loon, like Luna, etc. There was no time to stop. Suddenly, the boathouse door splinters as rifle butts smash against it. Lynn Goodwill screams, backing away. She raises her rifle, her hands shaking but determined. Get back, I'll shoot. The door gives way. Japanese soldiers crowd the entrance, bayonets fixed. Lynn Goodwill closes her eyes, squeezing the trigger. Before she can fire, cracks of gunfire erupt from high above. The lead soldiers drop and the others scramble back confused, looking up towards the cliff. Right, the folks shooting from the observation deck. Then Goodwill follows their gaze. High on the observation deck, two figurines are silhouetted against the dawn sky, rifles flashing, tears streaming down her face. Lucas, I knew it. I knew you wouldn't leave us. So I reckon they arrive here now, assuming they can swim. So is it you four? Why are they all selected? I'm confused. I guess because I had the other two. I had those two selected. Then I went to the other scene where those were already assigned. So they were still selected behind the scenes, and I selected those two, but it doesn't use the behind the scenes selections as part of the, like I can imagine the logic here. There's like an array of like who's currently selected, and it stays there, even if the people will stay in that list of selected people, even if they're not visible on the screen. But the logic that checks have you selected all the people that are in the scene doesn't care about people who are selected but aren't visible on the screen. Anyway, let's try this. Yes. Too late, carry on without me. Lucas Sterling and Rose Goodwill. Sorry, that was the achievement description. I don't think there's a visible on screen, so I should probably say that. Lucas Sterling and Rose Goodwill haul themselves onto the jetty, gasping for air. A deafening explosion rips through the beach behind them as a rocket impacts. What in the blazes was that? Divine intervention? Come on. Okay, so some rockets hit where the soldiers are that's helping them. So there must be somebody else that's shooting a rocket. They swim to the boathouse. Inside, Teresa McIntyre is slumped against a crate, her dress soaked in blood. Lynn Goodwill is pulling her hand, weeping. Mother, please get up. Not this time, little moon, not this time. Okay, she might be dying. Luke Sterling quickly dries his hand on his trousers and examines the wound. It's bad, she's lost too much blood. Come on, Loon, the raft is ready. No, I won't leave her. Go, my darling. Live for both of us. This place, it is all I know. It is fitting I stay. Take her. Promise me you look after her. I know we didn't always see eye to eye, but you're a good person and Loon loves you. I promise, Rose says. Luke Sterling grabs Lynn Goodwill, who is screaming and kicking. Forgive me. He hoists her over his shoulder. Rose, untie the mooring. Rose squeezes Teresa's hand one last time. Teresa nods. Aye, aye. They push the raft out into the water. I can see the lights in the darkness. Is that your launch over there? Let's get there quickly. Teresa McIntyre watches them go as life fades from her eyes. Okay, Teresa's died. So they've left at this point though, so I'm not sure I could follow them. Wait, they swim to the boat. Wait, where were they a second ago? Onto the jetty. They swim to the boathouse. Oh, sorry, we're back at the start. Yes, okay. I thought I was still at the bottom of the thing, but no. Watch them go. So they have left the boathouse, for sure. And we didn't get another location, so... I mean, that might be that for them. So going back a bit... we need to find out what was happening with other people after this point. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could see which ones had notes on them from here. Further down. So Cynthia and Vitalina, I think, went to the clubhouse. But did they get there? I don't know. Guess we can find out. Cynthia Vitalina. Yes. The achievement says, best laid plans. Mice and men often go awry. Indeed. The best laid plans of mice and men gang aft a glay, I think is the quote. But it's often go oft awry. Anyway, Cynthia Seville and Vitalina Petrosky race towards the clubhouse, ducking low to avoid the stray bullets whizzing through the air. They reach the edge of the clearing just as the roof is fully consumed by fire. The secret companionway is behind the paneling. We have to... Massive explosion rips through the building as the alcohol still detonates. Yes, okay, alcohol still, I guess, as a term. The shockwave throws Cynthia Seville backwards into the bushes. Timber and burning thatch rain down on her. Coughing and dazed, she scrambles to her feet, says the clubhouse has completely exploded. Vitalina! There's no sign of Vitalina Petrosky, only roaring flames and the sound of battle closing in. Has Vitalina died as well? Between the smoke, she sees silhouettes of pirates clashing with uniformed soldiers. Confound it, the entire scheme has gone quite to the dogs. She spots a gap in the fighting towards the edge of the plantation. The others will have heard that, they'll know the route is cut. I must strike for the chapel alone. Reach the planned rendezvous is the only card left to play. Cynthia Seville stays low, skirting the carnage, leaving the blazing inferno of the clubhouse behind her. So she goes to the chapel. Yep. Cynthia Seville paces nervously inside the small stone chapel. Where are they? The boathouse is still empty. She peers out the narrow window. Wait, so when are they in the boathouse? Where's the boathouse? At the top. Okay, next hour and the hour after. Okay. She peers out the narrow window, watching the chaos unfold below. Her eyes slit as she spots two figures on the roof of the main house. What in God's name are they doing? She watches Lucas Sterling and Rose Goodwill scramble out to the observation deck. Mad, utterly mad. She turns back to the chapel interior, her eyes scanning the stone floor and walls. Wait a minute, the companionway. This isn't just a chapel, it sits atop a reinforced structure, a war bunker. Wait, did you not think of that? Isn't that why you went there? She pushes aside the heavy altar cloth and finds a trapdoor secured with a rusty padlock. So this is the shaman that appeared from under the altar, didn't he? Got you. She grabs a heavy stone, but before she can strike, she notices something. The lock is already opened. Cynthia Seville examines the trapdoor. The dust is unsettled. Someone was here not long ago. She hears the trapdoor open, revealing a ladder leading down. Well now, this changes things. She descends into the darkness. We all love a secret passage in a story, don't we? The story is cool. I'm enjoying the story as a whole. Like it's dramatic, it's chaotic, it's tense. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so you descend into this tunnel, but I guess I don't know where that goes. Well, oh, I see, it's a location, so we do. I don't remember adding that location, but sure. Hold on, so that was now, yep. So if I do this, and then this, doesn't work. Oh, nothing happened at this hour. Isn't that literally just where you went? So that was following Cynthia. We don't know what's happened to Vitalina. So that was the clubhouse. Vitalina was here. I mean, it's possible if we do Vitalina here, we can still follow you. Oh. No, Vitalina ends up somewhere else, I guess, 'cause she doesn't need a signing. Was Vitalina at not the chapel? Not on the roof? Oh, I think she is dead. Okay, well that's one way to learn it, because the game is just like not showing the picture anymore. Okay. I mean, maybe it should show the picture, but like indicate death in some way. To avoid that kind of confusion of like, oh, are they just assigned somewhere else? I don't remember that assigning them somewhere else. And they go, oh, they did actually die, even though it wasn't like spelled out that they actually died. Like it was, I guess she might have done, but wasn't certain. Okay, so then that leaves only one more thing to follow from here, right? Which was this is the one that was not as clear. It was Canaan and Loon going to find the mother, but we actually don't know where she's been for a while. Maybe I should be figuring that out. Yeah, I think maybe that is next time's project. Find out where Teresa's been this whole time, because she guess she doesn't know about Jeremiah either. All right, clearly everything's coming to a dramatic conclusion. Lots of people are dying. Some people have left on the boat. Who knows what else will happen within this, like... I mean, maybe nothing much happens, because it's just a 24-hour period, I guess. Like, maybe everything's within the first, like, 17, 18 hours of that time. All right, cool. I'll see you next time, and we'll try and figure out what Teresa's been up to. Goodbye.